Yeah, cholestasis or ICP in pregnancy is one of the ones that took me a while to start talking about because it is so underrepresented and under talked about. And it kind of threw me for a loop when I was diagnosed with it. I didn't even know it was a thing. Like, now that in post I know about cholestasis, if someone said, "Oh my god, my feet have been itching me for a week," I would go, "Oh, we need to get you tested." But when I walked into my doctor's office halfway through my pregnancy saying, "Yeah, my feet have been itching," and they said, "Yeah, let's run some blood work," I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just like another glucose checkup, you know? And for that to have been positive and for my ALT and AST to have been so high, I had to take acid blockers so that the acid levels of my blood were low enough to not harm my baby for the remainder of my pregnancy. I had to have my blood drawn every Monday. I had to have 3 biophysical profiles on my baby per week. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I would go into the OBGYN and we would do an ultrasound biophysical profile where the baby had to meet so many markers for every single profile. And if they failed, well, baby's in trouble. I had to be really diligent about my kick counts. I spent a lot of my pregnancy in and out of the labor and delivery ward. And once or twice a week, the baby would fail its kick counts and we would end up right back in the ER and right back in the labor and delivery ward, because if you're past 20 weeks, that's where you go. You're no longer ER, you're labor and delivery every time. So every time the kid fails its kick count, I'm back in labor and delivery, which was often. And on top of that, with the profiles and the screenings and I spent most of my pregnancy in a hospital bed. I ended up being induced at 36 weeks with cholestasis. The only cure is delivery. The longer you're pregnant, the higher the risk of stillbirth, or stillbirth, sorry. My lisp is getting in the way today. But basically, you do not want to carry to term. The earliest you can safely carry and deliver is when you want to go. So she passed her profiles the week of the 36 week mark, and we said, all right, it's induction time. We're going to induce at the end of week 36. That way we can aim for a 37-week delivery, and that's what we did. And when inducing that early, often the body it's not ready, you're not full term. You're term, but you're not full term, So you're not effaced, you're not dilated, you're not at any kind of station, you're starting from nothing, right? So I was in labor for 40 hours and 20 minutes before we finally called it. I only made it to 5.5 centimeters and ended up delivering via C-section. And then not only that, but again, we're not full term. We're term, but we're not full term. So baby wasn't fully ready, so we ended up being in the NICU for a couple weeks. And that was a headache. Not to mention the nursing struggles afterwards that come with a C-section pregnancy and a NICU stay, and with trying to chest feed while supplementing, while having latch issues because she's a preemie, while having issues because she was on TPN, and digestive issues because she's preemie. She was also allergic to milk. The first year of her life, she had to be on a special formula. Took us a while to figure it out, but turns out the kid can't have milk, couldn't have milk. She finally grew out of it around like 1 to 2, and now she's fine, but turns out it was milk. The whole time it was just milk. Cholestasis is rough, y'all. And I'm not even getting into the actual itching. That's just the effect of the diagnosis. The actual symptoms,